From the worldwide home of the Widener Pride, this is WidenerPride.com as we continue our series of preseason interviews with our fall coaches in preparation for the 2010 season. I am now joined by Widener volleyball coach Donovan Anglin. Coach, thank you for joining us. 22-16 season last year, your second straight year with at least 20 wins, your second straight year going to postseason, the first postseason appearances in school history. What can you attribute to the team's recent success?
I think it goes back to the recruits that I've been fortunate to have over the past few years. I've been very fortunate to have some very, talented and committed players that have come into the program, and they've continued that commitment through the off season. Working out and playing as much together as they can, while we're out of season. So I think that's a major part of our success, just the commitment and the hard work of the players overall.
You look at one of the players who was named first team all-conference last year, Jamie Ballou, a rookie of the year 2 years ago, second team all-conference 2 years ago. Definitely recognized as one of the top setters in the conference, but also with her defensive ability and also her blocking ability, finishing tied for second in the conference, tied for second on the team last year in blocks. It definitely gives you a lot of facets to her game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, having a 6-foot setter is great. Like you said, the blocking facet of her game. The fact that defensively she's very good, but she's also a lot more than that to the team. She's kind of the engine that makes this go. Without her, we're not 22-6, and we're not in the postseason. And in the past couple of years, Jamie's, she wasn't the leader per se. That she kind of took a backseat to our two seniors. I think this year you're going to see more of a leadership role from her. She's going to be more in the forefront as far as leadership goes. So I think we're going to see a lot more from her this year.
You definitely have certainly more players on the team that are more than capable of being named all-conference. Players like Electra Edison, Nicole Merton, Angela DiMaria. I'm going to touch on them and what they mean to the program.
Let's start with Electra. I've asked her to do a lot over the last couple of years, and move positions, things like that, where we've needed her. I think this year you're going to see a lot more from her. She's back in her natural setting, on the outside. So I think this year is going to be probably that year that she, gets over the hump. She's been close, but I think this year she's going to break through into the all-conference ranks. Same with Nicole. She's over the last few years, she's been on one of the top right sides in the conference, but hasn't really gotten the accolades she deserves. I think she's going to make that leap over hump as well. Angela, a freshman last year, very capable outside in the conference, but I think she took a backseat being a freshman to Danny, who was second team all-conference last year. But I think this year, you're going to see a breakthrough for Angela as far as being one of the top outsides in the conference.
You look at the program in general, you've had valedictorians a couple years ago, you had All-Americas, you have teams consistently making the Philadelphia Inquirer academic all-area team, you've had players making the Mid-Atlantic Conference academic honor roll. How important is this to the program?
Oh, it's great, because you cannot build a successful program if you're losing players every year. And it goes back to recruiting. During the recruiting process, I'm upfront with these players, letting them know that, first and foremost, academics is key. And, with retention being such a key role in developing a successful program, I've been fortunate to have not only talented and committed players, but very smart, players as well. So that's been a key over the years, not having to replace key members of the program every year. So that's helped us be consistent throughout the years, and hopefully we'll continue that trend with the incoming class this year.
And lastly, your overall expectations of the team. You return a lot of great players that we've talked about, but your overall expectations.
Well, from what I've seen from the players, actually, we've had a lot of local players, so they've been in the gym, all summer, working out and playing together. So I'm expecting to be back in the postseason again, making a run at the conference finals, which is, a goal. It's a goal from day one preseason. So, expectations, it's high, not only being in the postseason, but, making a run in the conference finals this year.
The season opens for Widener's volleyball team on Friday, September 3rd, when they play the Battlefield Classic at Gettysburg, and the home opener is against Elizabethtown on September 15th. We thank head coach Donovan Anglin for joining us, and we thank you for your support of Widener University Athletics.